Ready, go. Hello, and welcome back to the top four of Nerd Rage Gaming's SCG Regionals, the Great Lakes Edition. We have our top four. On the left here in this feature match, we have Kent Ketter playing the Tamir Ascendancy deck. He is going to play Reza Solati, who is playing a red-white aggro deck. In the other top four match, we have Joe Bernal, who we saw defeat Alex Pressig in the last feature match, playing Abzan Aggro, up against the man with the best last name in this top eight, George Jabor. He is also playing Abzan Aggro. So, Kent versus Reza, another red-white deck. Kent, I know, defeated Colin Mullins, I believe, in his match before, which is also a red-white deck. Colin, unfortunately, was unable to draw multiple lands, so Kent was finally able to finish him off with some damage. So, hopefully for Kent here, he can repeat his game against red-white aggro from the quarterfinals. But
what are we talking about?
Reza swiftly defeated Jeff Hoogland, so seems to be a competent red-white aggro player.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Hoogland. I know you were out of the booth for a little while. Did you speak to him before he left, or
no?
Was
he promptly left. He's got a long drive back to his baby, and then his baby, and then his baby mama.
Yes, he does.
He's got another baby on the way, so gotta get home to Bloomington and hang out with the family.
That is in fact the other. You can see that Abzan Aggro, most boring deck to watch. That's the match we decided not to bring you guys.
Yeah.
The Abzan Mirror.
Yeah. So Kent, the 7th seed, going to be on the draw here versus Reza, the 6th seed. Reza's going to keep his 7. Kent is going to mulligan down to 6.
I'm really excited to see this Kent Ketter deck again on camera. I think this Tamir combo deck is very cool to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely very cool. But this red-white deck, it's pretty powerful. Chain to the Rocks has proven to be a really good card all day.
Now, the players couldn't come to terms as far as splitting the points, correct? So
yeah, they did split the top 4, the cash, but they're going to play out for the points. Kent trying to make top 16 on the SCG leaderboard. Joe Bernal also up there, so he's also looking to play and get some points. Kent gonna first turn to play of the game is going to be a Sylvan Caryatid off of Mana Confluence and a Forest. Reza still doesn't have a play on his turn 3. Kent then gonna on his turn 3 gonna cast a Courser of Krufix, which is gonna get a little bit of value and find a Forest. So
heals himself up from the ping off of Mana Confluence.
Yeah, this draw from Reza is a little bit slow. Let's see if he can get a fire in here a little bit. Gonna fire off a Hordling Outburst, make some Goblin tokens. Ooh, he's got some sweet ones, and he's gonna stoke the flames to the Courser. So Convoke is good.
Well, so we got a question. They're wondering what mana dorks Kent uses for his combo. And I'm pretty sure it's all of the normal ones. The Elvish Mystic, the Sylvan Caryatid, the Voyaging Satyr, the Karametra's Acolyte.
Yep. Yeah, so the combo is Voyaging Satyr / Karametra's Acolyte.
Yep.
Those are the ones that he's going to use for the combo. But he also has Elvish Mystics and Sylvan Caryatids in his deck. So typical like Green Devotion, and here he just spews out some more mana dorks. Looks like he does have a few pieces of the combo in hand. The Tamir Sabertooth and the Tamir Ascendancy, but Reza is going to chain to the rocks the other half, which would be the Voyaging Satyr. So, and then he's going to cast a Goblin Rabblemaster and attack in for 4. Kent's going to block 1 Goblin and take 3 damage. Kent's follow-up here is a Pelucranos, which
That's a strong play.
Strong, but not really that great. Doesn't block the Rabblemaster. Reza just top decks another Train to the Rocks, so
Wow.
Yeah. Gonna play a Monastery Mentor, gonna chain again, trigger on the Monastery Mentor, that Pelucranos is gonna die, and then it's gonna crash in for 1,000,000.
What can we tell what that Pokemon token is?
Oh, that Pokemon token is a
is that a Zubat?
I don't
or Golbat?
I think it's like a Machoke or something like that.
Oh, really?
Maybe,
It's a Machoke.
maybe Machamp. But anyways, back to the match. Reza, yeah, gonna attack Kent for 5, 7, 12, and Kent's gonna scoop him up.
And end the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow. So almost, boy, that's the power of those decks.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
red
we've
white
seen.
aggro deck for sure, man. It is super explosive. Chain to the Rocks is just so efficient. It's just the tempo you can get by chaining something and then playing playing another actual spell afterwards.
The question here is, what do we think Kent's bringing in from the sideboard? I know we looked at his sideboard earlier. We don't have the deck red sheets in front of us
Yeah,
currently, but I'm assuming he's. I know he had a Nissa in the sideboard that he had access to.
I think he's gonna bring in some Nylea's disciples.
Yeah.
Here with which he did have in his sideboard. Cetessan Tactics might be an option, so you might get to see that.
Sure.
I know you like that card.
I think that card's fantastic.
Yep. So I imagine Kent's probably gonna bring in those. I didn't get a great look at Reza's sideboard, but doesn't look like he's sideboarding. So he's sideboarding a couple cards. Looks like he had some Hushwing Gryphs. I imagine he has some Wild Slashes in there. Looks like some End Hostilities, so I imagine those are coming in. I can't imagine Hushwing Gryph is going to come in. But I do imagine End Hostilities is gonna come in.
Oh
Looks
boy,
like he has
that'd be
an
a
erase.
good combo there too. Hornet Nest would be
Yeah.
a great card to play.
Kent, I believe, is playing a Hornet Nest, so
One of in the side.
I think he's playing
Two of them.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of green decks today, so all the sideboards are kind of running together. But,
That is true.
yeah.
There have.
Unfortunately, I don't have a list in front of me right now.
It's interesting because the field was so varied. I felt like until we were getting into kind of the final rounds, and then you saw the definitive decks, these red-white aggro decks were really making an appearance. This Abzan aggro list is obviously, eating up 2 of the top 4 spots. So, it's standards open until you get up until the 7th and 8th, 9th rounds of
Yeah, no,
standard.
I think this is still pretty diverse. Yeah, the top 8 I think was still pretty diverse. There was quite a few red-white aggro decks, and then there were 2 Abzan aggro decks. But I mean, we was still a control deck. Jeff Hoogland was playing the Tamir deck, so Kent's still gonna decide on sideboarding here. Looks like he decides to bring in or not sideboard out one of his Tamir Ascendancies. Looks like he sideboarded out some Genesis Hydras. Kind of seems really slow in this deck, so we'll hopefully get game 2 underway here shortly. Kent going to be on the play here. Yeah, Chain to the Rocks, pretty good. Kent has some Reclamation Sages. I imagine those are coming.
Kent does need to put his hood up. I did just notice that, but then again, I don't know if the hood can come up if he isn't playing dragons. I mean, the hood was all about the dragons in the call.
No, he always has his up. He should have it up. Looks weird without it up.
He does. Well, you get to see his nice hair. He's got a nice haircut for this event.
Yeah, totally. He totally got his haircut for this event.
Cleaned up.
And then he drew a 1-lander and shipped it
And
back.
had to ship it. Oh
and
boy.
his opponent snap kept.
That's
so-
not. That's usually not a good sign.
That's not a good feeling. No.
Yeah.
That's not the greatest feeling in the world. But Kent is capable of some explosive draws. I don't know how fast this Tamir Ascendancy combo deck can win, but so looks like Kent has a 4-lander there, which he's going to keep. Play a Frontier Bivouac on turn 1. Reza just going to play a Mountain and pass back. Kent with another Bivouac.
Starting off with all his mana.
Reza going to try to get aggressive here by playing a Secret of the Way. Kent going to play a Courser of Krufix to hopefully roadblock this.
Who's that on top?
Who's that? It's Whisperwood Elemental on top for Kent after playing the Courser of Krufix. Reza going to play a Temple of Triumph and then leave it on top. Get a Valorous Stance the Courser and attack in for 3.
I like it.
So Reza should be at 23.
Oh,
Kent should be
I'm
at
sorry.
17. Kent
Life.
going to play a Nykthos and then play a Genesis Hydra for 2, which to me just reeks of desperation.
Yeah, I can't really agree with that play at all. He drew the Whisperwood Hydra, correct?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the mana necessary to cast it.
Sure.
and so he might just be forced into playing this to try to block this Secret of the Way.
And we just know it's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
mean,
gonna just die. So yeah, Rattle Master is gonna come in. He's gonna attack, and I imagine Kent's probably just gonna block the Goblin.
take 2 from the
Yep.
Seeker.
Draws another Nykthos, is just super awkward. But he is going to be able to cast this Whispered Elemental, which is pretty good, especially against Reza's End Hostility in hand. So,
And we're going to start seeing the manifest.
gonna manifest.
This
card
is
nuts. Yeah,
yeah,
this card
it's
is
a
very
super
good.
card. It's your 4/4. At the end, on your end step, you manifest the top card of your library, so you turn it into 2/2. You can sacrifice the elemental to give all face-up creatures you control. When this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. But
Yeah.
that's a Storm Breath Dragon.
Kent's deck, I think, kind of weak to flyers, though. I don't think he has many flyers.
And he really has no ways to prevent those flyers from kind of getting aggressive.
Yeah. So, no Arbor Colossus is here, or Arbor Colossi. So Kent really just looking for a way to kill his opponent. But Reza does have End Hostilities and also Lightning Strikes, so going to be pretty easy for him to probably break up Kent's combo here. It looks like Kent's going to flip up a Courser of Krufix off the Manifest and reveal
Voyaging
another
Satyr.
Voyaging Satyr.
It's not bad.
Kent going to play another Nykthos. So the 3 Nykthoses are just abysmal for Kent.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
where you want to be.
It's interesting when I saw these deck lists originally for this kind of Tamir combo. I noticed that they did run 4 Nykthos, and it just seems like so much.
It is a devotion deck, but I know a lot of the like green-black devotion decks had started to go away from running Nykthos. They started to be less focused on devotion.
Yeah,
So Kent gonna attack in with Courser of Krufix, and Reza is gonna double block, which I like. Again, he's gonna kill the Goblin Wrathmaster, just trying to keep Kent's devotion under control here, since he knows that's Kent's primary way to win the game.
well, I kind of like that from Kent playing the Courser, looking at the top card so you can check what you're manifesting. Granted, it gives your opponent the knowledge too, but
Yeah,
it allows you to at least get a creature on board.
Kent gonna go to 8 here, and I think he's probably just gonna die to the Stormbreath Dragon. I don't think he has any flyers to handle it. Just 2 turns away. So actually just dead next turn. Reza can Lightning Strike him, and then monsters the Stormbreath Dragon with the extra land in hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, so red-white aggro, super impressive. Kent really needs this manifest to be like Arbor Colossus.
and we already know what it is
So,
as we saw it flipped.
So Reza chooses not to strike him, but I guess it doesn't matter. He can just monsters anyways and deal Kent 1. Although, if Kent has like a Court of Calling in his hand, it's kind of unfortunate. Just gonna monsters kill him. Yeah.
Not gonna cast.
Kent's gonna take 1, yeah, and then attack for 7.
Nothing to flip. What?
No.
What's the? Was that the last manifest that we saw? What is this? It's a Voyaging Satyr.
Yep.
Tapping for 3, untapping. So use the